soaring high in the skies,
Gary, what is that?
or landing straight on people. These mysterious encounters have left people on the edge. Be it a winged anomaly or a humanoid oddity.
I was recording video, but then it disappeared. Where'd it go?
Hang on for the most terrifying creatures that got caught on camera.
What the is this? What the is this?
This creepy video from Dallas, Texas left people stunned. A man was walking home from work when he spotted something strange, a large winged figure clinging to an electric tower. At first, he thought his eyes were playing tricks on him until it spread its massive wings like it was about to take off. Moments later, it soared into the sky and vanished. It looked just like a gargoyle, the legendary creature said to come alive at night. He told people about it, but not everyone believed him. Still, whatever it was, the mystery lingers, and people can't stop talking about it. Flying beast. A family on a tourist trip in Asia noticed a strange figure in the sky. A massive creature with large wings flew above them. Its twisted, human-like shape had a long tail, making it look even more terrifying. The shocking sight left the family stunned. Everything was captured on camera, and people online are still debating what they really saw. Sky mystery. In September 2024, a strange video appeared online. It showed a weird-looking creature flying in the sky, moving silently. People watched in surprise as it didn't look like any creature they had seen before. According to online spectators, it resembled one of the deep-sea creatures. But what could it be doing in the sky? This was what troubled the minds of people. So if you have any opinion, let me know. Flying dragon. The passengers on a plane were trying to figure out the reason for the smoke clouds. They were looking out the windows when one of them spotted a massive dragon, a giant winged creature flying between the clouds. Now they all knew the reason, but could not do anything about it. He quickly grabbed his phone to show the world what he just witnessed. What was supposed to be an ordinary flight turned into a moment no one on that plane would ever forget. Shadow figure. While driving home, a local man was passing through a rural area when he saw something strange, a black humanoid figure floating in the air. He curiously drove closer to get a better look, but it had no clear features. It wasn't a person. It wasn't an animal. It was just a shadow-like figure hanging there. For a moment, he thought it might be a spirit, but instead of stopping, he wisely kept driving, hoping never to see it again. The road behind him remained empty, but the feeling of that creepy presence stayed with him the whole way home. Flying witch. A local was recording his town when his camera captured an odd presence, a creature flying overhead. It had a human-like shape with thin arms, but no clear facial features. It didn't look like any bird or drone. It was just flying silently. Locals were quick to call it a flying witch, as this wasn't the first time it had been seen. According to locals, there had been multiple sightings over the years, and many believed the legend. Of course, not everyone agreed. Some thought it was something else entirely. Phoenix sighting. A local was filming the beautiful clouds when a giant bird-like creature appeared. It was dark in color, with massive wings and a long tail. It looked just like a phoenix from Harry Potter, a legendary creature said to rise from its ashes. For a moment, he just stood there struggling to process what he had seen. Was it real or something else? Either way, one thing was clear. His camera had captured something truly unbelievable. Flaming bird. In January 2023, a video surfaced showing a bird flying through the sky. But this wasn't just any bird. It was on fire. One of the witnesses managed to record it, capturing its massive wings and long tail. Unlike before, this time, it had its natural fiery glow. After watching the footage, many had no doubt. It looked just like a phoenix, a creature of legend, now seemingly caught on camera. Sky Witch. One evening, a group of friends was watching the sky when they noticed an unusual sight. A dark figure flew across the clouds, moving smoothly. Curious, one of them grabbed a camera and started recording. The shape became clearer. It looked like a person on a broomstick. It flew effortlessly, staying in the air for a long time. Was it really a witch? When they watched the video later, the figure still appeared just as mysterious. No one could explain it, but one thing was certain. It was a sight they wouldn't forget. Winged horse. A group of hikers was exploring a rocky mountain when a massive shadow moved from the sky. It had giant wings, but its body looked like a horse. The hikers quickly pulled out their cameras, recording as it glided effortlessly. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it landed on a distant peak. Was this a real Pegasus, or just a strange illusion? No one could say for sure, but the video captured something incredible, leaving everyone amazed and wondering what they had just witnessed. Sky beasts.
Like, I'm in my car, just chilling. What the are those?
A local, while sitting in his car, noticed two large shapes moving high above. They weren't birds, and they definitely weren't planes. The creatures circled each other in the air, their wings stretching wide as they moved with a weird grace. Their flight was smooth, yet powerful, unlike anything he had seen before. Grabbing his camera, he started recording. Were these unknown creatures, or was there a logical explanation? No one could say for sure. Floating figure. A young woman in France looked out of her window and froze. High above the buildings, a figure hovered motionless in the sky. It wasn't a drone or a balloon. Its shape looked human, with what seemed like feet dangling in the air. Fortunately, she recorded the bizarre sight. The footage spread online, sparking debate. Some believed it was advanced technology, while believers said it was the return of Jesus caught on camera. Levitating human. This video shows one of those rare moments when something truly unexplainable happens out in the middle of nowhere. And unlike most blurry recordings, this one is crystal clear, so you can't miss the flying humanoid. There are no wires, no parachute, just this person floating effortlessly in midair. It looks unreal, but the footage leaves no room for doubt. Some people think it might be an advanced military device that was accidentally caught on camera. Whatever it is, this sight is something few people ever get to witness, making it one of the most intriguing clips out there. Flying gargoyle. This footage was recorded in Chihuahua, Mexico. It was shot on an old phone with pretty low quality, but what it shows is still pretty amazing. A local recorded a winged humanoid figure that appeared and glided smoothly through the air. Its body looked strong, and its features looked a lot like a gargoyle. In mythology, gargoyles are said to come to life at night to protect against evil, and then turn back to stone at sunrise. But this one wasn't just standing guard, it was moving straight for the local, who took off running in fear. This footage is still one of the weirdest things ever captured on camera. Real-life dragon. While hiking through the woods, a man spotted a massive flying creature resting on top of an abandoned building. Its wings were huge. The moment it noticed him, it took off and came straight toward him. Then, as it got too close, the camera shifted, and the video abruptly ended. Many who saw the clip were left wondering, had he really come face to face with a dragon? Many believed yes, he had. Winged figure.
Looks almost like an angel.
You zoomed in?
Yeah, it's all the way in.
A family was relaxing in their backyard in San Antonio when they noticed a strange sight in the sky. A giant with wings was captured flying smoothly, its body reflecting the sunlight. Initially, they thought it was a large bird, but as it got closer, they realized it had a proper figure, like an angel. The creature's movements looked natural, not like a drone or anything mechanical. Just as they tried to get a clearer view, it vanished into thin air. They checked the footage, but the figure was gone.
I was recording video, but then it disappeared. Where'd it go?
People believe it could have been an angel, while others are still searching for an explanation. Cave creature. A group of explorers was checking out a cave when they stumbled upon something wild. As they stepped inside, their lights lit up a figure sitting on the rocks. It looked human, but with huge wings folded behind it. The figure didn't even notice them. It just sat there, facing away. The explorers froze, thinking they might have just found a creature that's always been considered a myth. They slowly backed away, trying not to be seen. So, guys, if this creature is real, what else might be out there that we don't know about? Floating mystery. In October 2024, something strange appeared in the sky above Sydney, Australia. A dark, shifting mass hovered over the water, moving in an unnatural way. Let me clarify it to you beforehand. It wasn't a cloud. The man who filmed it described it as liquid metal, twisting and changing shape. It stayed in the sky for several minutes, completely silent. People online also debated its origin. Some believed it was a UFO, while others thought it was an undiscovered atmospheric phenomenon. No one could explain it, and the footage remains one of the most confusing sightings ever recorded. Shocking sight in Managua. A group of university students in Managua, Nicaragua, spotted an unbelievable sight in broad daylight. A massive creature with giant wings. Its body looked straight out of a dragon movie, with thick scales and piercing eyes. As they watched in shock, the creature let out a deep growl, scaring the group. Then, without warning, it spread its enormous wings and took off. They were safe, but the memory of that moment would stay with them forever. Was it real, or had they witnessed something beyond explanation? Sky Beast. A local was driving home when he noticed an unusual thing flying above him. In the beginning, he thought it was just a large bird, but as he focused on it, he realized it was much bigger. Its wings were stretched widely, and it was flying strangely. Unlike other flying beings, the creature's shape reminded him of the dragons from old stories. He kept looking at it while driving, unable to believe what he was seeing. For miles, the creature followed the same path, and then who knows where it went. But he couldn't stop thinking about it as he believed he had really seen a dragon. Time Rift. In March 2021, a drone operator was recording the misty coastline when his camera captured something incredible. Giant winged creatures flew overhead, while below, a tall, dinosaur-like figure moved along the shore. The scene looked like something from a prehistoric world. The operator reviewed his footage again, unable to believe what he had recorded. Some speculated that the drone had captured a glitch in time, revealing a past era. The strange video spread quickly, leaving people wondering, was this proof that time could slip, offering glimpses of an ancient world? Winged Beast. In February 2024, a video surfaced online showing a man walking his horse through snowy streets. At first, it seemed ordinary, but as the camera zoomed in, something unbelievable became clear. The horse had massive black wings. It moved naturally, its wings shifting as if preparing for flight. Viewers watched in disbelief, unable to understand what they were seeing. And that was enough for that strange video. Hence, no one knew what happened next, whether it was a mythical Pegasus or something else. The footage remained a shocking and unforgettable sight. Lightning Entity. In March 2023, a video surfaced from somewhere in America. A local captured footage of a massive humanoid figure appearing during a lightning strike. It seemed to either come through a portal, possibly using the lightning's energy. The figure was visible for only a brief moment due to the Transformers explosion. As the video ended, no one knew what had happened next. Some believe it was just a trick of the light, while others think something far more mysterious took place that night. Winged Horror. A local had been hearing strange noises from an abandoned house every night. Determined to uncover the truth, he grabbed his camera and stepped inside. He moved cautiously through the dark hallways. Suddenly, from the shadows, a figure emerged. It had leathery brown skin, massive bat-like wings, and 4 limbs that made it look more monstrous than human. The creature locked eyes with him before letting out a deep, scary roar. Then, with a powerful leap, It disappeared into the night. The man aimed his camera upward, but the sky was empty. The creature had vanished. Sky Serpent. This mysterious video surfaced online, leaving viewers unsettled. It showed a strange figure flying through the sky, its body long and twisting like a snake. But this didn't seem like a reptile. It had arms and a humanoid face. People watched in shock as the creature moved in a strange, unnatural way. It flew without a sound, its body glowing faintly as it moved higher. Then, just as quickly as it had appeared, it was said to have disappeared into the clouds, leaving no sign it was ever there. Whoever saw it couldn't shake the weird feeling it left behind. Whatever had been recorded that day was unlike anything seen before. Living slime. A local man was walking home late at night when he noticed a strange being near a dimly lit building. In the beginning, it looked like a pile of green jelly, motionless and silent. But as he got closer, the mass began to move. It twisted, stretched, and slowly pulled itself upward. And not just it, slimy tentacle-like limbs moved around in all directions, as if the creature was waking up. The sight was beyond terrifying. Something out of a nightmare. The man stood frozen. Whatever that thing was, if I were in his place, I would have turned and run away. Watcher bird. While heading home, a local man saw a strange bird on top of a cage. Its long feathers were quite unique, like from a myth. The bird's penetrating eyes scanned the area as if watching over something unseen. It didn't move like an ordinary bird. It had a ghostly presence, almost otherworldly. Some later said it was a visitor from another domain, while others feared it was an omen of something yet to come. Whatever it was, one thing was certain. No one had ever seen a creature like this before, and no one forgot the way it watched. Shadow form. While driving through West Hollywood, a man noticed something strange floating above the power lines. It wasn't a bird or a drone. Its shape was dark and twisted, like a web of shadowy limbs. It had no face, no clear features, just a silent presence that didn't belong in the sky. He stared in disbelief as it hovered completely still, as if watching. His mind kept telling him something was wrong. It might be alive. It might be real. Every instinct told him to look away and keep driving, and surely he did that, leaving the strange figure behind, but not the memory of it. Storm entity. A video surfaced online in June 2023, showing something weird just above the horizon. A dark, motionless shape hovered in the sky, featureless and silent. The video was short, cutting off before revealing anything more. No one knew where it was filmed or what happened next. Some viewers believed it was an unknown entity, while others feared it was something far worse. Whatever it was, its presence in the stormy sky left an unsettling impression. Cathedral Watcher. In 2020, a local walked past the old cathedral in Managua, Nicaragua, when he noticed a strange figure perched high above. At first, he assumed it was a statue, just another part of the building, but then its massive wings shifted. His breath caught as the figure suddenly jumped down from the rooftop, vanishing into the shadows below. It had the appearance of a gargoyle, just like those in legends, said to guard against evil. Was it watching over the cathedral? The man hurried away. Whatever he had seen that night, it wasn't just a statue. Vanishing figure. At 2:19 a.m. on June 25, 2018, a home security camera in Rantoul, Illinois, captured an unusual thing. The footage showed an empty road, quiet and still, but for a brief moment, a shadowy figure passed under a streetlight, blocking its glow. It was only for a second then, just as quickly, it vanished. The street remained empty, as if nothing had ever been there, but something was off about the way it moved, the way it disappeared without a trace. Those who watched the footage couldn't shake the feeling that whatever had crossed the road that night wasn't human. Buried terror. In Russia, a driver was cruising down a quiet road when the ground ahead suddenly erupted. A massive, moth-like creature burst from beneath. The driver slammed the brakes as the creature twisted and writhed, releasing a weird screech. For a brief moment, it loomed over the vehicle, its massive form unlike anything known. The dashcam footage quickly spread online, fueling debates about what had been lurking beneath the surface. Had something ancient and unknown just revealed itself? Midnight apparition.
See if she can get him to confess, and it's a tough decision.
A truck driver was crossing a lonely highway at 3 a.m. when his dashcam captured a scary thing. At the time, he hadn't noticed anything unusual, but when reviewing the footage later, he got scared. A figure dressed in white stood in the middle of the road, motionless. It hadn't been there when he was driving. At least, not that he remembered. The figure appeared faint, almost translucent, before vanishing completely. Shaken, he uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what he had seen, but deep down, he knew he had witnessed something that wasn't supposed to be there. Floating figure. A homeowner was about to sleep when strange voices echoed from outside. He peeked through the curtains but saw nothing. As he turned away, the creepy sound returned. Chilled, he looked again and froze. A human-like figure in a flowing robe floated above the truck parked outside. It hovered unnaturally, as if weightless, then slowly turned toward the house. Panic set in. He backed away from the window. The homeowner never opened that window again, but the footage remained proof that something unexplainable had happened right outside his door. Hooded presence. A family was driving home late at night when they noticed a hooded figure on the side of the road. Dressed entirely in black, it walked slowly, unfazed by the passing car. What unsettled them most was that the figure appeared near the site of a fatal accident that had happened recently. As they watched, the figure calmly crossed the road and disappeared into the dense forest. No footsteps, no sound, just gone. The bizarre encounter left them shaken, convinced they had witnessed something beyond explanation. To this day, they wonder if the figure was ever truly there at all. Ominous flight. During a Fox News report on Israel, something unusual was caught in the sky. A strange black figure shot across the clouds at high speed. Just before it appeared, a white shape seemed to open up in the sky, as if revealing the dark form. Some dismissed it as a bat or a bird, but its movement didn't match either. Strangely, similar sightings had been reported after major events, leading some to believe it wasn't just a coincidence. Whatever it was, the footage left viewers unsettled, wondering if these mysterious figures were watching from above for a reason. Unseen presence. A couple was filming themselves in front of a historic site, enjoying the moment. The camera captured the grand architecture behind them, but it also caught something unexpected. High in the sky, a dark, winged figure appeared. It was distant, barely visible, but its movement was unlike any bird. It hovered for a brief moment, then vanished. They only noticed it later while reviewing the footage. Was it a trick of the light, or had they captured something beyond explanation? Whatever it was, they couldn't shake the feeling that they hadn't been alone. Glimpse of impossible. A group of friends was out exploring, not realizing that their camera had captured something incredible. It was a massive figure soaring in the distance. Its shape, its wings, it looked just like the dragons from old stories. They paused the video, zooming in, but the creature had already disappeared into the clouds. None of them had seen it in real time. Yet, there it was, frozen on their screen. The discovery left them speechless. Had they unknowingly recorded proof of something long thought to be a myth? Shifting form. A strange video surfaced online in October 2024, showing a humanoid figure walking away from the camera. At first, it moved like any ordinary person, but then, right before the camera, its body began to change. Its limbs had stretched, its skin had darkened, and thick hair had covered its entire frame. Within seconds, it had transformed into a towering, long-armed creature. The most unsettling part? It had cast no shadow. The creepy footage had left viewers stunned. This might have been proof of a skinwalker, or something even more terrifying. The video had ended abruptly, with no clue as to where the creature had gone. But one thing was certain: it was nothing anyone had seen before. Soaring cryptid. In 2015, a man in Canada spotted something unusual in the sky. At first, it seemed like a large bird, but its shape was all wrong. It had a feline-like body, powerful limbs, and a smooth, controlled flight. It reminded him of the leap, a cryptid from Africa known for its incredible jumping ability. But how could it be here, gliding effortlessly through the air? He watched in disbelief as the creature vanished beyond the trees. The sighting left him shaken. Had he really seen a legendary beast, or was there more to this world than he had ever imagined? Hovering dragon. A local was recording the beautiful evening when a massive being appeared in the sky. A giant creature flew over a crane, then disappeared, only to return moments later. It kept circling the same spot, hovering as if guarding something. This looked exactly like the dragons from Chinese legends. The sight left the witness speechless. Myths spoke of their power and wisdom, but seeing one in real life was beyond belief. Whatever it was doing there, it seemed like it had a purpose. Fiery descent. On August 9th, 2021, a small village in Japan saw something unbelievable. A giant dragon flew over the mountains, its huge wings blocking the sky. Then, it let out a deep roar and breathed fire at an old temple. In seconds, the temple was covered in flames and collapsed into ash. The villagers stood still, too shocked to move. Maybe this was an old legend coming true, or something no one could explain. The sky cleared, but the burned temple was a reminder that some stories might be real after all. Silent Watcher. Two friends were walking home late at night, recording their quiet journey. The road was empty, and the only sound was the wind rustling through the trees. Later, when they reviewed the footage, they spotted something terrifying. Just behind a pole on the left side of the road, a pale face with hollow eyes and a wide, creepy grin stared straight at them. It hadn't moved, just watched. A chill ran through them as they realized they had walked past it without noticing. If they had seen it then, who knows if they would have made it home safely. Brief arrival. A CCTV camera inside a building captured something unbelievable. For just a second, a glowing, winged figure appeared in the footage. Its form was unmistakable, radiating light, shaped like something not of this world. Then, just as suddenly, it vanished, leaving no trace behind. Those who saw the video were stunned. Was it real? Had something descended from above, taken what it needed, and left? The footage spread quickly, fueling endless discussions. But no matter how much people analyzed it, one thing remained clear. Whatever appeared in that moment wasn't meant to stay. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. You might have seen very strange videos, but nothing compared to this. A video from April 17th, 2023 captured something beyond explanation. In the middle of the sky, a creature hovered, its form barely visible. Then, as it opened its wings, they began to glow, illuminating the darkness around it. At that moment, a fiery ring stretched across the sky, surrounding the being at its center. The ring wasn't just bright, it burned with an intensity that made it seem almost alive. For those who watched, the sight was unforgettable. Some believed it was an angel, others were simply left speechless. Whatever it was, its presence in the sky felt like something beyond ordinary understanding.